Hey guys, on TikTok there's been this breakfast sandwich that's being made not so keto, and I decided that I could make it. So I'm going to show you this little trick. It's really kind of fun, and what I've done is I've put some bacon fat in my pan, so it's warmed up and the bacon fat's all melted. I just did that because I don't want the egg to stick. Okay, so I've got 2 eggs and I've just been whipping them up, and I'm going to pour them over the pan and they'll start to cook. Now, I made a batch of my 90-second toast. That recipe's on my website, and there's a YouTube video for it. I'll link in the video description. Take your bread and turn it over, and I'll take this one and turn it over. Now in my pan, I'm gonna put it toward the side, and this is cooking really fast. I'm gonna leave some space in there, and you want it to cook almost like an omelet. So it's going to be like a solid piece. And then we're going to flip it. This is really cool because you're using one pan to make a sandwich, and I've got some fillings here that I'll tell you about. I've got some pre-cooked bacon that we baked in the oven yesterday, and some shredded cheese that has like Mexican flavors. And then I've got my green onions, and these are the green onions I've been growing. So I put my green onions from the grocery store in the jar, and I just keep clipping them off, and we have enjoyed these so much. And here's part of the other batch. And every time you clip them, they just grow. So there's my little green onion trick. That's been kind of fun. Okay, so when this gets, the egg gets done on that side, and I've got it on kind of medium-low heat, you can flip it. Now you'll know if you can flip it just by kind of running a spatula over it. And you may want to use like the biggest spatula in your arsenal. I'm using kind of a skinny one, but I like it. I may have put too much bacon fat. But when this gets into a solid egg that we can flip, we're going to turn it over, we're going to put our fillings in, and we'll fold this extra bit of egg in to make a really yummy sandwich. I tried this yesterday morning for the first time, like I said, after seeing it all over TikTok with no real keto versions, and I decided that the 90-second toast would be perfect. And David, who kind of looked at me when I was putting the 90-second toast in, kind of gave me that look like, what are you doing? And actually it's really good. Even he liked it. So it's starting to get there. Let's see if I can flip it. Well, let me give it just another minute or two. And you want the bread to soak a little bit of the egg up, because that's going to hold it together. You'll see when we flip it. So it's almost like an omelet. I've got it on medium heat. I really don't like it to brown too much. I don't like my eggs overcooked. You can cook it all the way through if you want. I'm going to flip it when it's still not quite there. In fact, let me maybe try a bigger spatula. I don't know if this guy will be easier or not. It's not stuck to the pan at all. All right, flip for me. There we go. Now, the egg is cooking on the other side, and this is when we get to do our toppings. So I'm going to put the cheese in on both sides, and you can be kind of messy because you're going to fold it over into a sandwich. So you can be a little messy with it. It's okay. And this was so big. So this was like, what I did with the 90-second toast is I cooked it in a bread pan, like a rectangular pan. And it was so big that I split it with David. And normally he kind of complains like, this is too small of a serving. And he did not. He's like, oh yeah, this is plenty. I'm putting it on this part of the egg because I'm going to fold it up. You'll see. So just wait. Just wait. And let's put some of this bacon on here. And this is pretty thick bacon. Again, we're just piling it up. And it actually was pretty good. Now, it's a bit greasy, so I don't know if I could hold it in my hands like driving down the road kind of thing. I did eat it with my hands at the table. And then the onion, this is exactly what I put in it the first time I made it. And David was like, man, the onion added a lot. So you can put whatever seasonings you like. I just happen to have the green onions in the house, and I've loved putting them, especially with eggs. Now we've got herbs growing outside too, and so I think some fresh basil or cilantro would be really yummy with this, but I didn't go and get it. Okay, so I think it's kind of done on the outside. So let me fold this up. Actually, let me use the skinny guy to fold this up, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. On TikTok, they fold on either side, on both sides, but I'm not going to do that. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this little edge and toss them in there because this is my sandwich. I can do it any way I want. And then you take this side and fold it over on top. Now I put a lot of toppings in there, but see how the sandwich is? And we'll let it brown on that side for just a little bit, and then we'll plop it over. So it's just folded up, and doesn't that look yummy? The cheese is gonna melt. That guy escaped. Let me stuff him back in there. And this guy escaped. So he gets stuffed back in there. And he gets stuffed in there. So I'm stuffing it all back, in there and burning my finger. I do something silly like every video. Okay, and you can see how it's kind of browning up. Yum. You can squish it down. And let's flip it. Yeah, see how that's browning up? Really nice. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there we go. Get that guy back in there with a spatula this time instead of my bare fingers. And that's it. That's all there is to it. All right, let me get my plate. And I may have put too much bacon fat, which I know is hard to believe. And if this little part sticking out bothers you, just take your knife and wallop them off. All right, so move it to the pan and turn off the heat. I've got my handy knife, and I'll cut it in half because this guy is big. Ooh. And it is still hot. And it doesn't take long to make if you've already got your 90-second toast ready. So there's my sandwich. It's so good. It's perfect and it's easy. Now what I did with the 90-second toast is I put it in an oblong bread pan, cut that in half, then cut each half in half to make this. So this is half of that recipe. I believe it's about 3 carbs, total carbs for the bread. And then with the egg and bacon and cheese, you can maybe throw in another carb. So probably 4 carbs for all of this, maybe 5 for all of it. And again, I'm probably not gonna even eat as much as half. So try the bread, let me know what you think. Like I said, I really love it with the 90-second toast. I think it's pretty yummy. And I want to hear what you guys make with it.